So it's pretty clear that with a new region, a new Archon also gets released. And I think this is also clear that an Archon is better than most of the characters. Of course, it's the Archons we are talking about. So it's pretty normal that most of the people would save up their primos to just pull for an Archon rather than just a 5-star or 4-star character. So yeah, in this video, I will rank all the Archons based on their pull value. And from all, I mean 5 Archons. Of course, Natlan is not out yet, so we don't know about the Pyro Archon much. But yeah, this video is going to be interesting. So with that said, let's start this video. At number 5, we have Venti, the first limited character in the game. Venti was once the game's most potent 5-star CC unit. His ability to trigger thrill reactions while grouping enemies made each domain and open world encounter easier for players. However, the Anemo Archon fell victim to the case of power creep. Venti's thrill and crowd control role was quickly replaced by Sucrose and Kazuha, with even better results in a few situations. Additionally, over the years, Venti's burst became unable to stun lock major elite enemies in both the open world and Abyss, making the entire skill useless against them. It is important to note that Venti's thrill reactions and crowd control ability are considered among the best even today. However, with other options in the Anemo family, it will be wise to go for a different Archon if a player doesn't own one. At number 4, we have Raiden Shogun. There are a lot of reasons why Raiden Shogun is low on this list, while her prowess as a playable character isn't one of them. The Electro Archon demands hefty stats, preparations, and gear pieces to function correctly. It should be noted that Raiden Shogun is the best battery in Genshin Impact, making her an excellent support for teams looking to rotate with their bursts. While the absence of a signature weapon, however, she falls short of accumulating enough energy to her burst, further messing up her rotation. Raiden Shogun is also a good unit for Hyper Bloom teams, since her elemental skill is the only requirement for this role. Yet seeing how other characters can easily fit as an Electro Hyper Bloom support, Raiden Shogun can often seem underwhelming as an Archon, considering she can be so much more with her usual DPS and battery builds. At number 3, we have Zhongli. Zhongli fulfills his role quite well by being arguably the best shielder in the game. As an Archon, he has received a lot of criticism since launch, which forced Hoyoverse to take action and bump some of his numbers up. Fast forward to the present, Zhongli is worthy of the Archon title for his playable kit, as his potent Geo Shield can nullify any incoming damage from enemies. However, the concepts of shield in Genshin Impact seems to be losing its value slowly. Veterans will learn to dodge with time, and there are a lot of anti-shield enemy mechanics in the current version of the game. For example, corrosion damage from Rift Hounds can pass through shields, which can lead players to pick a healer in addition to Zhongli. Hence, in the later part of the game, the optimal choice will be to pick one healer and dodge efficiently, making Zhongli irrelevant in most cases. At number 2, we have Nahida. Nahida is known as the Archon of Elemental Mastery rather than the Archon of Dendro. She can easily buff the EM stats of all her allies in the team, making Dendro or any reactions do increase damage. Players can build Nahida with just a single stat, which is of course Elemental Mastery, making her one of the most accessible characters for the endgame. Reaction teams such as Hyper Bloom, Bloom, Aggressive, or even Burgun requires Nahida to not only be the prime Dendro applicator, but also to shred Dendro resistance and trigger higher damage from reactions. Nahida also doesn't need a signature to function correctly, as any EM stat stick in the game can work for her. And I think most of you guys know that who is on number 1. Yes, I'm talking about Furina. Furina has opened the scope for many new builds for other Genshin Impact characters. She is also the only unit with 2 forms, one for DPS and other for healing her allies. Based on her form, Furina's skill allows her to summon different entities to inflict higher burst of hydro damage on enemies by consuming HP or healing her allies. On the other hand, her elemental burst is a different ballgame altogether, as most of its function will lie in HP increase and reduction. Casting her burst will accumulate a stack that can increase allies' damage and healing bonus. Due to this, players can quickly gain a 36% crit rate boost from the new artifact set at all times. Even without the artifact set, on other characters, Furina can be built as an off-field DPS or Hydro Applicator for elemental reactions, and also heal most of her party members. These factors currently make her the best support character in the game, and that's why most people are pulling for Furina than any other Archon. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with my opinion or not? Comment down your answers below, and also tell me who is your first Archon that you pulled, and I will see you in the next one.